Hello everyone. It is Monday, February 16th. My name is Mark from BluntHouse Technical Analysis, and I am here today to do an update for you on our BluntHouseTA indicator, the signals indicator. I published an update this week, and as a result I kind of wanted to do a quick video to give you an idea of what's different, what's the same, and what we've packed into it that's there to help you become a more complete, disciplined trader. So what you're looking at on your screen right now is a daily chart of Bitcoin, and you'll notice right away that the callouts look a little bit different. We've gone from the little tiny little arrows, we've brightened them up a little bit, created these little flags with buy and sell clearly articulated inside. Now, one of the comments that I do get is that because there's so much in this thing, from 9 moving averages to a volume profile, obviously the signals, the confluence, all of that stuff, it's packed a lot into one thing. And what happens is when you open it up on your screen, it extends across quite a bit. And I know that, and I know it's a pain, but you actually don't have to do that to get to the settings. All you need to do is click on anything that's related to the indicator on your screen. The candles are not that, but these callouts, for example. Click on anything like that, and it brings up your settings window right away. Okay, now, one of the little changes we did make is that, hey, not everybody uses the dark screen like I do. Some people prefer the lighter screen, and if I put a white 5 EMA indicator on a white screen, it doesn't really show up very well. So what I've done is I've just tweaked a little bit the initial. What I have is the signal fast and signal slow. I'm using 5.8 here. But what you do is you click this little show strategy EMAs, cyan and yellow, and that automatically brings up those two levels. Now, you can, if you want to use a different set, you can use a different set, but that's up to you. All of this is fully customizable. Now again, I just click on anything related to the script, in this case the EMA, and the window pops up. So that's the first little change that we've made. The second change that we've made, and this is really about helping you become a more disciplined trader. We talk all the time about taking profits, using stop losses, and respectable leverage levels. And that's great, but sometimes you have a hard time seeing it on the chart. Everyone's a little more visual, I think, today, and having the ability to see these things on the chart does make a difference. So just as an example, what you have now built inside your indicator is a trade management system. And under inputs, leverage and targets, you can set the amount of leverage you want to use and take profit levels, 1, 2, and 3. You also have a stop loss and a trailing stop loss window. All of these you can set the parameters at your discretion. I'm just showing this for example's sake as we roll through these charts. Now you see there's two little boxes, show take profit and stop loss bracket lines, and then auto hide take profits when hit. And I will kind of show you what we mean. All right, now you can see these are our stop levels right there. Now what I'm going to do, this is a daily chart, so remember I just said how does it look on the chart? Well, you're going to see in a second, because we're going to change the time frame a little bit so that you can see how these things change. I am not going to worry about the confluence things today. That's not something that everybody stresses about. But I'm going to leave those for another day. If you want me to cover those separately, just message me and we'll do that. Now, because we've already used our show strategy line, which is the that little light blue and yellow, I don't need to check MA1 and MA2, which are the 5 and 8 EMAs that I would normally check. If you decided not to use these, you're by all means welcome to use these if you choose. All right, so I've already set the colors and I've already set the type of EMA. Again, I'm not going to activate these two, but let's start with the 20. So I've gone in, I've set the distance, SMA, I've set the color, and then you click enable and it lights up. Same with the 50, SMA, blue, and it lights up. Same with, we'll do the, I'm going to leave the 100 off for this one, but we'll do the 200 EMA, or sorry, SMA. That's where you adjust your colors. This is the line thickness. Easy to change. There's the 500, and there's 1000 MA. Now, if you wanted to add a ninth for whatever reason, sometimes I put a 200 EMA in here, and I may turn it on and off as I need to. I'll have that ready to go. All right, so the next thing you're going to want to set up, and you can choose to light these and take them off as often as you want, right? That's up to you. You have total control over this. The second thing that we've got in here, or third thing or whatever, is the volume profile. And I'm just going to click enable volume profile, and you can see the upper value range and lower value range have showed up, and here is your point of control. At this point, I am not using the use visible range box, because just there are times when I do that and your screen is changing a lot as you move your mouse. If there are times I prefer it as well, but right now I'm just leaving it unchecked. The look back in this case is 200. Number of volume bars, same. Thickness, all of this is up to you, right down to the color of the volume profile. I think it's set for green. I've gone in and changed it to blue. The POC line I leave. And that's all that's in the first input section of your settings. Not a lot of changes, with the exception of allowing this to just happen in a check and then adding the take profit levels. Okay, now I'm going to drop the time frame down just a little bit. Let our chart load. Now I've changed the time frame because I wanted you to see just exactly what this may look like. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm not going to use the averages at this point. I want to show you the brackets more than anything, and that when I'm talking about the brackets, I'm talking about the take profit and stop loss levels. All right. Now I'm going to go into the style area just for 1 minute, and I'll check this. Now you can see here I have checked. This helps activate the normal built-in strategy set. Just check these, as well as the one at the front. Okay. Now these are our signal labels, and we're using them on our first set, MA1 and MA2, and they're going to show us these buy and sell banners. All right. Now, what you're also going to see are these take profit 1, 2, and 3 levels, as long as stop loss long. And for the benefit of this example, we're going to activate the long trailing as well to show you on your chart. The same applies to short, TP 1, 2, and 3, short stop loss, and then the trailer short. Right? And that's what I'm going to put on the chart for the time being. I'm just going to move this back a touch. Okay. So here is, wow, this is a little bit of a volatile chart, isn't it? Let's see what the 4-hour shows us real quick. Okay. So here is the sell signal that you produced. This is your stop loss level, and your first take profit level would have been in here. Okay, show it on a different time frame, and it's the same settings for stop losses and for take profits. I wish we didn't have these big elastic candles, but we do. There's your signal to sell. There's your first take profit level that you would have hit. That would be the second, but you would have been taken out on the trailer. Make sense? Be great if we could find a chart that didn't have such volatility attached to it, but I don't think today we're going to get our wish. Let's try Solana. And this will be a really nice example because it's a little cleaner. So here's your sell candle right here. That's your stop loss level. Now that stop loss level, as you can see, didn't get hit. And I think we had it set at 5%, I believe. So it didn't get hit. But what did get hit? Your first and second take profit levels. Now, if you weren't running a trailer, let's just bring this up for a moment. Okay, we'll take the trailer off short, and we'll take the trailer off. Where are we? Here we go. Long. And you get to determine whether you set the trailers or not. You might just want to manually move your stop. It's up to you. But this gives you an example, long and short, of how this is going to perform. And what it allows you to do, so here's another where you got your sells, your sell signal, you didn't get stopped out, and you hit your levels. And the reason they've disappeared is because we've hit them. So I can remove auto hide. There you go. So I've set it so that they were hidden once they got hit, but now you can see with them on what those levels actually were. So here was a short, didn't get stopped out, take profit 1, 2, and 3. Make sense? So here's another short. There's your stop. Did not get stopped out there. You hit take profit 1 and hit take profit 2. And it looks like on this candle that wick may have actually stopped you out of this massive move, but you hit 2 stop levels, you hit 2 take profit levels. And just to give you a reminder of what those are, and this is why your trading becomes more disciplined. So if you're trading Solana at 25 times, your first take profit is at 30. Your second is 60. And then your third, just as we have it set up, is 125. It can be whatever you want. But just as an example, here's a buy signal. There's your stop loss. Did you get stopped out? No. Take profit 1, 30%, 60%. Congratulations, 125. Make sense? Right, and when you see this on your chart, it allows you as the trader to say, okay, I'm entering on the 4-hour. I'm going to set my stop here, and you're going to put it right in on your exchange, and then you're going to set your take profits. Now, I'm not going to tell you how to run your program, but if you wanted to get out in 3 TPs, then 33%, 33%, 33%, and you're done. Right? That's up to you. If you're more aggressive, you might see this trend and say, hey, I'm going to add, man. Like, there still seems to be some legs there. But again, that's up to you. Right? Is all I'm trying to show you is how you can establish reasonable take profit and stop levels on your charts. Go to the 1 hour. And again, remember, our levels are the same. Okay, so here's the sell. There's your stop. You didn't get hit. 30%, 60%, and then this is 125%, and you would have definitely got out there. There's enough wicks to get you out of your trade. Congratulations. But unless you're doing this, you're not booking your profits when you need to book them. And the purpose of including this in the script is to not just give you the appropriate signals to buy and sell, but to allow you to visually see on your chart based on the time frame you're trading, what those levels look like, because that's always seems to be a constant question when we do the one-on-one sessions and things like that. It's when you're trading with leverage, it's very difficult to see on your chart what that might look like. This makes it really easy for you. And then all we do is we layer on the rest of our system, right? Current price is looking for past price. First attempts have a higher probability of failing at support and resistance. We look for the filtering effect of the T-line and the 5 EMA to help us manage trend, right? At no time when you hit this buy signal did the trend break to the downside. And yes, you have total ability to re-enter these trades, and you understand now that as long as this divergence is moving up and to the right, that you have a reasonable probability of making a safe trade, right? I don't want you to be taking shorts while price is trending like this, just like you don't necessarily want to be taking longs when it's trending down. Get on the right side of it and then just follow the chart along and use these metrics to help you monetize these moves. This is a 30-minute chart, and you'll get to see on the 30-minute what these levels actually look like, right, on a different time frame. So again, that's the one, the short, you didn't get hit. Take profit 1, take profit 2, chattered there for quite a bit, and whoosh, there's take profit 3. That's 125%. Good for you. And what you're doing is you're constantly booking your profits, and I would, if I'm not using a trailer that's going to follow and protect us from crazy volatility, I'd be moving my hard stop to lock in profits where I could, right? But that's really all that's different in the update, is that we've added the trade management, and we've added the ability just to kind of set the strategy in these two different colors right away, because not everybody uses the same colored background, and that was my bad. But I think that pretty much covers everything. You don't have to open up your indicator panel. You can simply double click on anything on your screen related to the script. You have the ability to manage your crossover settings. We're just showing here, there I've taken them off, but I'm just showing you that we can add that with a click. You have total control over how you set these levels. If you don't want to use leverage, just set it to 1, and that's equivalent to spot. Simple. So if you're trading spot charts, just just put 1 in there, and all the other rules still apply. Your take profit levels entirely up to you, and your stop loss levels entirely up to you. If you don't want to see these levels on the chart once they've been hit, is all you have to do is add in, check the box to auto hide. Again, and you can light your MAs as often as you want, have them all running, a few running only during analysis. That's entirely up to you. So you can see when I hit those, all of these went away. All of these went away. Well, actually, no, they didn't. Some of these did. But it's really easy to do. And that's what we're trying to do, is make it as absolutely simple as we possibly can to help you put some structure and some discipline around your trading. This works on all time frames and on all assets. So if you wanted to stretch out or shorten the time frame, you certainly can, and you will see on your chart what these levels look like. There's a signal, a stop loss that you did not hit, level 1, level 2, and the third one did not get hit. There's a buy signal. First level hit, make your way up to the next one. Why does it look different? Simply because it's on a shorter time frame. And that's the benefit of having this, so that you can actually see, hey, I'm not comfortable with that much weighting between X and Y. Right? You can see on the time frame that you're trading, that you're already comfortable trading, how you can manage these levels effectively. Take the time to play around, you know, have some fun with it, but the most important thing is to use the tool. Very important to use the tool. You can't manage your risk if you're not using the tool. I harp at everybody all the time to manage your risk effectively. I'm hoping that this, or building this into your existing indicator, will be the difference maker in actually applying the risk management to your trading. You have total flexibility in this, if you can build it any way you want, but I highly stress to use the trade management component and get in the habit of automatically setting take profit levels. And I know these ones maybe looked a little rich and I'm just using them for an example, but again, use them religiously. Don't worry about taking profit at X and then it continued to run a little bit. Don't worry about that. The most important thing is that you're taking the emotion out of everything and you're making it mechanical. You have a plan and you stick to the plan. If you get stopped out, you get stopped out. It wasn't meant to be. If it's only take profit one, well, it's only take profit one. But you have the ability to set that level. If it's take profit, you take all three, great. Congratulations. But it's the structure that I want to stress. So I hope this was, this answered any questions that you had about what's going on, what's a little bit different. Ultimately, I think you're going to find the setup is pretty much the same to what you're used to. There's just a couple added features. So that's it for now. If there's any other requests, you guys know how to reach me. And thank you for your time today. Thank you for support of these indicators, and I will see you again very soon. Bye for now.